David Letterman!
Hi, David. I'm Grandpa.
93.5 and 107.5. The Fan.
Can you hear us? Can you hear me? What song is this? No, sorry. Do you hear me? Do you care? Who sings that, James?
I have no idea.
Missing Persons, 1980s. New Wave classic. What is that? Destination Unknown? They had two classics, Destination Unknown and Walking in L.A. I want to say, you guys can let me know because I'm still getting messages via X. What's up and what's down? I've been told that 93.5 is working, 107.5 isn't. Gutshot writes this: did 107.5 do a survey on what people wanted to listen to? You or dead air? All I'm getting is dead air. Classic. That should be still dead air. Now, people had told me 93.5 was coming in. I don't know if it is right now because I know Chris Keevers is trying to call in and not getting here. We're going to see if we can't get Rob Blackman. Are you calling Keevers right now? Okay. We're going to get the UND football coach on here in a second and hopefully catch up with Rob Blackman coming up here in just a minute. This classic material right here. Number 8 in the latest poll. And a big game on the inbound. He is the head coach of UND. Let's invite him on the show. Hey, let's go ahead and get him back on this show with one hell of an adventure. Chris Keevers joins us. Hello, Coach. How are you?
Good. How you doing?
Hey, what's a great afternoon without one hell of a Wednesday adventure for you right here, right? That's what you need.
It was good. We got it done, though.
Yeah,
it was a win.
Yeah, see, that's what you're going to preach to your team. We got to stay cohesive and together. And the great example of not being that is this place right now. So well done, Coach. Thank you very much.
Found a way. We found a way.
We did. So this is not uncharted territory for this program, but it's the first time in a while. Number 8, I think, in the latest poll. You guys are having an outstanding season to date.
Yeah, it's going well. We've got great kids. We're playing real well. Everybody, we just got off the field. Good energy. Guys want to keep playing. We got a good football team. It all starts with our quarterback, Gavin Sukup, who's when you got a quarterback, you got a chance.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that, too. What'd you find out with this particular group that maybe this could be a little bit extra special type of season?
We had ranked team 20th ranked Ashland at our place. We were down 12 with like 10 minutes left and found a way to win. And you can do that against a good football team. You got a chance to be really good.
Yeah, there's no question about that. It's funny too. Sometimes it comes quicker, sometimes a little bit later. But when it does, is this something you immediately recognize when you get it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. You could feel the momentum. You could feel just the energy at practice. They've got it. They like playing football. They like being with each other. It's a really good group and a lot of fun to coach. This late in the season, it's week 13 for us, and you couldn't tell it today. It's 40 degrees outside and dark, and our guys were getting after it.
That's a way to go right there too. So you get Truman State coming up on Saturday at 2:00. A little background on Truman State for the folks out there who want to attend, want to check it out, and obviously what you're going to be up against.
They've got a great quarterback. He's a junior. He's a 3-year starter. They've got a running back that's, I don't know if anybody remembers Natron Means, but he's about 5'10", about 230. He'll run over you, and he'll run around you. He's a really good running back. They're real sound, and they're fundamental, and they play great football. So it's going to be a great game. Every year we play them. They're fantastic games. We went to their place and beat them 20-30. 30-20, week 5, and so we'll see. And they've not lost since, and they're on a roll. So we're going to see a better football team than we saw week 5.
Nice,
so we're
nice
expecting that.
Natron Means reference right there too. that was going back to the Madden days of the 1990s right there with Chris Keevers, the head coach of UND. Again, 2:00 coming up on Saturday. You got to check that out. Going to be a great atmosphere per usual down there. I want to ask you this just about the overall evolution of football there, within your conference. And all that. It just seems like every single year the bar is upped with level of play. And I'm not just talking about, one position or the other, but all over the field. How have you seen the evolution of talent since you've been there grow within your program and then within your league and really football in general with the teams you play?
Well, I mean, it's Division II football. People, they need to come watch it because we've got some great players. I mean, we've got great players. We've had half the NFL teams here. We've got a corner and we've got an offensive lineman that they're looking at, and we've had half of them here, and the other half have called me. So, we've got good players. And every year it gets better. We're developing better. We got a great strength coach, Steve Barrick, really good strength coach. He develops guys, and we're able to get talent with the transfer portal. People are going out and taking transfers, and we're taking high school kids and developing them, and they're really good football players. Our pool of guys we can go out and get have gotten better because everybody's taking transfers.
How has the portal just overall affected you in what you're doing?
We've lost. We lose 1 or 2 a year. I mean, it's just part of it. You just got to keep recruiting, and because of that, we have to take some guys out of the portal because you can't take a freshman and think he's going to come in. Some do, but it's hard. When you lose guys, you got to replace them. So it makes you go into the portal. So we don't. It's not our. We like to sign high school guys, but this. I'll tell you what. The football here is. We've won 4 straight championships in a row, GLBC championships. We've been in the playoffs 4 times in a row. We just keep getting better. We got a great quarterback. We're playing at 2:00 on at Key Stadium at home, and tailgate starts at 10. And we'd like to get a good crowd here because we got a good football team, and they want to come out and watch this quarterback. He's been the league MVP for the last 2 years, Gavin Sukup, and he's got a chance for the Heisman, the Division II Heisman.
Is this the first time and it's not the first time, obviously, doing what you're doing right now? Is it the first time doing it 4 straight times for this program?
Yeah, it's the first time we've done it 4 straight times.
Man, that is absolutely impressive. I love it, too, because I always check out your roster to see how many names that I recognize. And I love the fact that still kind of the epicenter of your recruiting takes place around here, and that's what I wanted to ask you, because with the bar raising on your program, the teams that you play in your competition, you've also seen the raising of the bar with the level of competition in this area, who you're able to recruit and how ready they are for that level of football once you recruit them and bring them in.
Yeah, we've got some guy like our defensive right now is Danny Royster from Lawrence North is a defensive end. He's dynamite, having a great year. Jalen Wilson, the linebacker from Brownsburg, is really, really good. Alvin Contreras, outside linebacker from Ben Davis. All 3 of those Indianapolis kids are making, they're 3 of our top players on defense, making a bunch of plays and helping us win. And then we got the tailback, Garrett Sherrill from Brownsburg, who's having a heck of a year. He's over 1,000 yards all-purpose, like 500 rushing, 500 receiving the football. He's dynamite. So, and then we got Grant Ray. He's an offensive lineman from Roncalli, 3-year starter. So We've got some guys. We've done a good job in Indianapolis. The football in Indianapolis is dynamite. I mean, it's harder and harder to recruit. We have a lot of guys, a lot of schools in here, but because they know how good it is. So, but we were able to get our the guys we need to win.
I was going to ask you that too. Is it because the talent is more robust around here? Does it become harder to recruit because of that?
Yeah. I mean, they do a great job during the spring. They organize and have these. They have these. The kids work out at each place. So I bet 200 schools come here during the spring and go to each high school all day long and watch these kids work out. So. I mean, it's just there's no hidden gems anymore. You got to evaluate, and it's harder and harder to get guys in Indianapolis.
Yeah, the first time ever 4 consecutive playoff berths. That is at 2:00 Key Stadium against Truman State, and again, the party starts at 10 a.m. That's when the tailgate is officially underway. So let's pack it. I still, I went 1 year to UND back in the early 90s, And that campus has changed so incredibly for the better, and it just every year it looks better and better down there.
They're doing a great job. Our president, and we got a president. She's been here for a couple of years. We've got Dr. Singh. We've got a brand new AD, Kim Pate, and they're doing a wonderful job supporting athletics and just growing our university. I mean, the growth I've seen in the last couple of years is fantastic. I mean, we're very fortunate. We get a lot of support. There's a reason why you win.
Yeah.
You win because you've got administration that backs you, and we've got a great administration, and we're very fortunate. That's the rule number one. If you're going to win, you better have somebody that's going to help you, and they help us.
Yeah, we talk about this all the time. No matter what you're coaching, no matter what you're playing, no matter what you're doing, everybody has to be pushing in the same direction. And if not, that's when you have issues, and clearly you have that going on there.
Yeah, Dr. Singh will be at the game on Saturday.
Well, we're going to get everybody over there at 10 a.m. and start the party going. That's what we got to get going.
That sounds good to me.
Coach, it is outstanding to talk with you, as always. Whenever you want to jump on board, feel free to do so. Thanks for dealing with the technical difficulties we had. And 10 a.m., Key Stadium coming up on Saturday morning, 2 o'clock to start. Go down there and party and have a great afternoon there and keep going. Keep on doing what you're doing.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You got it. Chris Keevers, the head coach of UIndy on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. Thank you, UIndy, and thank you, Coach, for hanging with us on that, too. Rob Blackman from the Bahamas, we good to go with that? Maybe. We don't know. I'm not going to hold my breath, but we're hoping. We're hoping. Purdue gets Memphis tomorrow down in the Bahamas. Maybe that, maybe not, but we'll find out. Set the stage for tomorrow. And maybe work you guys in at 239-1070 coming up on the other side. The stream, the app, HD Radio, AAA Membership Lounge via YouTube Live. 93.5, 107.5, The Fan, maybe. Back with you next.
JMV.
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
93.5 and 107.5. The Fan.
Oh, not you guys now. You're winners. You're a big winner. And by the way, are we dual signal capabilities right now?
I have not heard.
We're not one dog down, are we? 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan. Hey, keep this up. Here's the reason why. I don't know how you're listening, what you're going about. We can do this on the phones, though, right? Let's see if we can do this on the phones. 239-1070, Motley Crue at Ruoff Music Center. That's August the 28th of 2026. Motley Crue. So I'm assuming is that Vince, Nikki Sixx, and Tommy Lee? Mick Mars is out of the band now, I think, right? Motley Crue. Never, ever say, I don't know. It's, especially if you've never seen it before. You got to add it to the list if you've never seen it before. I'll be honest with you. I've never seen Motley Crue before. I need to go. Number 9's going to go at 239-1070 right now. I know that it's a mile away. By the time that happens, August 28th, 2026, Tyrese Halliburton's going to be good to go. The Pacers are going to be back on track, and we're still going to be, basking in the glory of the Colts in the Super Bowl, right? And the Boilermakers winning the national title. What's all the good stuff going to happen? But number 9 at 239-1070, that would be you, and that would be Motley Crue tickets for you. Tom Crean was excellent about his crossing of paths with Curt Cignetti. What it takes in this landscape to be good in college athletics, both in basketball and in football. The path right now, the Pacers, which is 1-13 and dreadful so far. They get Charlotte coming up later on tonight. Of course, your coverage is right here later on this evening on The Fan. 6:30 follows the Colts Daily Update. And Tom Crean was really good. Tom Crean a little bit earlier. Chris Keevers, UND head coach. Again, 2 o'clock versus Truman State Key Stadium on the south side coming up on Saturday, 10 a.m. That is going to be when the party starts. That's the tailgating is underway. What's the weather look like on Saturday, James? Do we know? What's your AccuWeather forecast over there for this area? Because I don't know anymore. It's like up and down like crazy.
Saturday around here, it looks like a high of 53, partially cloudy.
Partially cloudy. You can deal with that. Certainly. So Chris Keevers a little bit earlier who joined us. You go back to Brian Evans in hour number 1, 2. He was a part of the show. And Kevin Bowen, too. Podcast everywhere, 1075thefan.com. Tomorrow's show, we're going to be live at the Free Spirit. We're in Castleton, me and Brent Halverson, week number 12 of our Larceny Bourbon Locks, Luna Azul Tequila Shots. I cannot wait. Cam Bynum is going to join us. You know how much of a resource he can provide tomorrow? Because he can get us, a 5-5 Kansas City team that everybody in KC is disappointed in, an offense and a quarterback that people are disappointed in, but what he expects to see, and then also talk about this. Talk about his team hopefully getting back as he practiced today, Charvarius Ward. So Ward, Bynum, Cross, Moore, and Sauce. Cross and Sauce. So everybody in that secondary, it's what everybody's been waiting on in the most crucial of games so far this season. 8-2 Colts, 5-5 Chiefs, the dump known as Arrowhead on Sunday. Pre-game show begins at 10 a.m. with me and Bill Brooks and Casey Valier to get you set for that. And Cam Bynum on this show calls in at 3 o'clock tomorrow. But I want to make sure we see you there. We've got 2 times. So tomorrow at the Free, Larceny Bourbon Locks, Luna Azul Tequila Shots, Free Spirit in Castleton. And then on Friday, Clearwater Crossing, that is at the District Tap. You got to make them both. Oh, yeah, and by the way, if you're asking, JMV Takeover, the final of Season 5 is on Saturday before the Christmas music hiatus. And I think it's supposed to be an 80s weekend. I think I'm going to do whatever. I think we're going to just do, and it'll be a lot of normally what we do, but why don't we just do whatever coming up on Saturday? I feel like a whatever. I feel like an anything goes. And speaking of anything goes, James, we got time for that coming up on the other side. About 6 minutes of anything goes. Anything goes on the All Request Saturday night on B105.7. Anything goes with you at 239-1070. That is coming up next. Plus the text line, we may drop another pair of passes to that party before the Big Ten title game with bullseyeeventgroup.com. Just maybe a reason for you to stick around. And hopefully we're coming at you. The Stream the App, HD Radio, and the AAA Membership Lounge via YouTube Live. 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan, bringing you Win Schuler's Spreadability. Elite level snacking, no matter what you're doing this weekend, no matter what party you're having, or maybe it's just at home later on tonight. Win Schuler's Spreadability. You can find it at your favorite Meijer location today. Anything goes next.
Any questions?
93.5 and 107.5. The Fan.
All right, let's get you updated with a little anything goes right here. Both on the air. Hallelujah.
We're back on 107.5.
That's what he said. Both are on the air right now.
There we go.
93.5 and 107.5. The Fan. You know what's funny? So I was looking at my X handle, and Laura Steele had mentioned she was talking to Nikki Sixx. Now, we're giving away Motley Crue tickets. And she had mentioned she was talking to Nikki Sixx, and they were having a great conversation, James, and their internet went out. So my question is, has the internet gone out around town? Is it not just us? Because it was the same time as our internet and everything went down here. Has this been a mass outage in this case around here? Maybe?
I have no idea. I mean, you would think maybe some of the buildings around us also got affected. I don't know how the networks are set up. I don't know if it was just our account or whatever, but I mean, from what I understand, the entire building went down.
Yeah. It was kind of interesting because she had mentioned that, and not directly to me, but just in general, that her internet went down. I wonder if anybody else out there had issues with the internet about an hour ago. This is the text line at 317-239-1070. JMV, I started listening to that Tom Crean interview about halfway through until I realized that he was talking about basketball. I thought you were talking to Rick Venturi. Tom Crean is Rick Venturi's voice doppelganger, and I've never thought that.
I don't hear it.
Both the sound of his voice and his cadence, dead ringer, Bill in Greenwood. Thank you, Bill. Tom Crean was really good. If you missed any of it, that podcast at 1075thefan.com. So, yeah, it seems that we are back. With that, now that I'm thinking about it, I mentioned this a little bit earlier, too. We're going to have a bullseye party before the Big Ten title game. Football-wise, December the 6th? Little pregame party, like we normally do with Bullseye, right, for the Colts games. So Skids will be there, all you can eat, all you can drink. I'm going to have, because I'm going to be on Christmas music hiatus, an opportunity, and I'm going to go there and kind of treat that with Skids like we treat a JMV takeover. So the life of the party is going to be there. Now, I will tell you, the Bullseye will have tickets that you can buy. Now, right now, I have passes for you. These are passes to the VIP tailgate prior to the Big Ten title game. So number 30 on the text line at 239, or in this case, 317-239-1070. That's number 30 will win passes. Now, that's to the pregame party. However, I shall again remind you that Bullseye can be your source for tickets to the game. If you are struggling to find them, log on to bullseyeeventgroup.com. And you can find them there. Otherwise, number 30 is going to party with me. And I think that's a hell of a thing. Me and you and all of us for what is going to be just an ultra pregame party. Kyle Kinnett does it again. All you can eat, all you can drink. Bullseyeeventgroup.com. And again, if you need tickets to the game, you can log on and check them out, what they have to offer. Yeah, Tom Crean a little bit earlier. Brian Evans, the former Hoosier, on the show a little bit earlier. We apologize to Rob Blackman, who is down in the Bahamas, getting set for Purdue and Memphis tomorrow. We did not get to him, and I don't know if that has to do with the line or what, but no Rob. We'll work Rob back in at some point. Kevin Bowen also a little bit earlier. Chris Keevers, the head football coach at UND. Remember, 2 o'clock, Truman State, Key Stadium, south side off of Hannah. That is coming up on Saturday. 10 a.m., the tailgating is underway for that. So make sure that you tell them that we sent you. Also, I should remind you, tomorrow, Larceny Bourbon Locks, Luna Azul Tequila Shots. We're going to be at the Free Spirit in Castleton with me and Brent Halverson, and Week number 12 in our picks. That's going to be a spectacular Ryan Nally appearance, I would imagine. And probably a lot of other folks. We go to the free a couple of times a year. It's always outstanding. That is tomorrow. Larceny Bourbon Locks, Luna Azul Tequila Shots, per usual, 5 o'clock hour. Mike Chappell of CBS 4 and Fox 59. But Cam Bynum of the Colts joins us right off the top coming up tomorrow in the 3 o'clock hour, right at 3 with Cam Bynum of the Colts. There's a lot to talk about with him, considering the health of the secondary for the first time in what is expected in Kansas City coming up on Sunday. And then that group having to match up against a 5-5 team and Patrick Mahomes and that Kansas City offense coming up on Sunday as well. Cam Bynum joins us. That is tomorrow at 3 o'clock. We're live at the Free Spirits in Castleton. Friday, Bud Light Blue Friday finds us at a very familiar place, the District Tap. North side, Clearwater Crossing location. The District Tap on the north side. That is Bud Light Blue Friday with your chance to win Colts tickets coming up on Friday, too. And I did want to thank everybody for hanging with us with the technical difficulties of the past hour. Yeah, I know that can put a bit of a premium on you trying to find us, but thank you guys for hanging in with that, because it has tested the metal around here with everybody. And I don't think it was just isolated to us. I think there's been something going on. Certainly in other places regarding the internet here in central Indiana today. Hopefully none of that issue coming up on tomorrow's show. And hopefully for Eddie Garrison, who's got you, Mark Boyle, Eddie Gill, and Pat Boylan coming up next. Blue and gold trying to improve upon a one-win season so far. The Charlotte Hornets is what you get. 7 o'clock, that tip time. 6:30, your coverage begins. Coming up at the bottom of the hour, the Pacers and Charlotte from Gamebridge Fieldhouse. Now, that follows the Colts Daily Update, which, by the way, will document the return of guys, including Mooney Ward, for you coming up next. James, great job out of you. That was a very delicate dance and dynamic for us there, too. Great job. Thank you all for listening. Eddie Garrison's got you coming up on the other side with the Pacer pregame show along with Pat Boylan. We're with you tomorrow at the Free Spirit Larceny Bourbon Locks, Luna Azul Tequila Shots. We start with Brent Halverson and Cam Bynum at 3 tomorrow. We shall see you there at the Free with 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.